Hello, everyone. Welcome to Ask the Nanny. Tonight, I have a couple of personal friends who are here, but the exciting part about this is nannies and their nanny entrepreneurs. I've been talking to you all since the pandemic started about recreating, uh, being reinventive of yourself, and I brought some friends along and they're going to help me tell you about their journey to being nanny to entrepreneur to megapreneur to all these streams of income coming in and going out and collaborating. It's all about networking. It's all about reinventing yourself. You can do this on a shoestring budget. Trust me, I have been there. I have done that. It works if you work it. Now, okay, so first, I'm going to let them introduce themselves to you while I share this to my friends and groups on Facebook. Now, I need you to introduce yourself and tell us a fun fact.
Okay, so I guess I'll go first. Hi, everyone. My name is Crystal Crawford, and some of the businesses that I'm currently working on. I'm the owner of Elite Metro Nannies, and also I am a career coach, specifically working with nannies. And also, I just launched today my new enamel pin business called Clearly Nanny, and you can go to the website at clearlynanny.com. And one fun fact is that last summer, I jumped off of a yacht and I almost drowned. Not quite a fun fact, but
I was like, how fun was that?
the waves were a little rough that day. So, yeah, great experience, but probably won't be doing that anymore.
I hope not. Don't drown yourself.
Right. I'm glad you're okay. Well, I am Stephanie Bauckham of Nanny Tees. I have been a nanny for about 13 years, and I've been an entrepreneur, I feel like forever, but specifically more so in the nanny field about 5 years. So I do own Nanny Tees, and I do have an agency as well, and I do a little business coaching and some singing and all sorts of stuff. So thank you, Angela, so much for having us. This is fun.
Welcome, welcome,
A fun
welcome.
fact. Oh my gosh.
Put it in there. I
Can you
know
come
you
back
do.
to me, Lord? I didn't even think of a fun fact.
Like, is
I don't know. I
anything
like to cook.
fun
I've
right
been cooking
now?
more since we've been, we on punishment at home. I
Punish.
love YouTube. I'm a YouTube chef.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, hello. Okay. Lucretia says hello. And hi, Roblox Gamer. Someone from YouTube. Thanks for joining
Oh,
us. Yes, isn't that
Awesome.
cool? Okay,
Yes.
so we're gonna delve right in. Um, I must apologize. One of our entrepreneurs is working. That's the life of an entrepreneur. And she's not going to be able to make it, but she sends her sincere apologies for not being able to be here tonight. So, guess what? Y'all going to have to hear about me, but I'm going to let them talk. So, and I'm going to let them do the majority. I'll come in the rear and just tell you what's going on in me with Ask the Nanny. So, tell me, ladies, did you, in all of your studying and all of your career life, did you ever see yourself being where you are now? Way back when, about 10 years ago, when you were just, doing the nanny thing, did you ever imagine you be where you are now and doing the things that you're doing now?
I personally did not. I had a completely different plan for my life. I thought I was going to be traveling and singing and doing music and all that stuff. And I still may do that one day. But it's actually music that got me into the nanny field. I was teaching early childhood music classes. And then I started businesswoman, started offering my services on the side to my students. And then, of course, from there, everybody keeps getting pregnant. And so you have a job. And so
Yes, for
I
life.
would not have imagined that I would be like, this was nothing that I had planned, but it's been such a blessing. I would say that.
Absolutely. So for me, honestly, I was supposed to be this mega social worker, psychiatrist, working, and something just kind of clicked in while I was in grad school. And I was like, I should pick this up because I nannied all the way through grad school. And as soon as I moved from Savannah to Atlanta, I hooked up with an agency. And then I was like, I got to get rid of the middle person. And so that's how Elite Metro Nanny started, because I was tired of them taking my money when I was like one of the best people on the team. So honestly, Angela, this is not where I thought I would be, but thank God I am where I am right now because it has been a great journey and also a great blessing.
Okay. Carrie says that she loves Nanny T. Still need to order a pin from Crystal. Excited for that. I got mine this morning. When as soon as I was up yesterday morning at 5 a.m. and because I was on a talk show in India, and I was up, and after I got done, I was so hyper, and I finally crashed last night, and I was like, I'm sleeping in this morning. I'm not getting up. My phone kept going bzz, 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 and all I saw was Crystal, 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 and I was like, what the heck is Crystal doing? So I pick up my phone, and I'm like, she did it. Oh my God, it's here. So here I go, buzzing everybody else's phone. Okay, share, 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 share. So I'm just like, okay. So you woke me up this morning. And I was like, okay. And then I looked at the time. I said, oh, it's time for me to get up anyway. I didn't realize how late it was when I finally got up and started sharing it, but I was excited because I know I've been holding this for the longest time. I'm like, it's finally here. So yeah, I was excited. So I was like, okay, I gotta get mine. All right, got mine. Okay, y'all got yours? Have you bought yours yet? Come on now.
I need to buy mine.
And that 100,000 strong.
Yes, I love that.
Yes, I love that. I love that hashtag. I think I wrote it wrong in several of my things. So if you come up in a different hashtag, well, maybe they'll buy some, but if you come up in a different hashtag, that's probably me. I still have sleep in my eyes. That's my story. I was sticking to it.
No worries. I was like this morning, I said, I got to get it done and do it today. Like literally, I just woke up one day last week and I was like, all right, Monday it is. And it is what it is. And so we'll talk about it a little bit later, but literally I got tired of waiting.
Well, I'm glad you got tired of waiting. I like secrets. But now when I'm the secret holder, and I'm like, and people's like, well, what is she doing? Oh, she's fine. She's been a social worker, Oh, I know she's on Wednesday nights. I said, yeah, she's on Wednesday. Her and Nanny Cello, And I'm just like, hurry up, Crystal. So hold on. I just recently received in the mail from, can y'all see that? From Nanny T. Now, I had to be different because this was supposed to be white writing on a black t-shirt. Mm-hmm. I don't have any white t-shirts. I stopped wearing white when my son had reflux 30-something years ago. Mm-hmm. Because I always got, and then when you're working with babies, I don't wear white. I said, don't give me a white t-shirt. And I hope she can do this. But I got my t-shirt. Yay. And I'm waiting till I can get out into the world because I've been nowhere. I'm like, okay, because I'm just afraid that I'll get out there and something will spill on it and I'll never wear it again. And then the
Mhm.
whole world won't get to see it. I can't style and profile. So I'm waiting on my special occasion. It's sitting right here
Oh,
in my office, on my little day bed, waiting to be worn. So I'm just waiting. But I got that in the mail, and my husband's like, "You got packages coming from everywhere." I said, "Well, I can't go outside and shop. I'm trying to social distance. I work with
mm-hmm.
babies. I can't be out there all willy nilly,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
touching everybody else's hangers and, grabbing things, I
Mm-hmm.
got to be, prepared. So I got my t-shirts. Now, Miss Nanny Tees, tell us how we can get one.
Oh, well, you can go to nannytees.com and click on shop, and then you'll see the options there.
Okay. Now, what else is Nanny Tees doing
So
besides Nanny?
usually, Nanny Tees would have had a couple of self-care events. We were planning to have one in Southern California. We started having our soirees in Dallas to just do some
Hmm.
self-care and some mingling and just have some, girly girl stuff going on. But with Rona showing up, we had to cancel everything. So I'm actually, I don't know if you guys check my Insta stories, but I'm working on bringing my spa parties to you. So I've got a self care box for caregivers coming very, very soon. So I've been working really, really hard behind the scenes just to make sure products are what they are and
Mhm.
that they're good quality things that we can, use in home. We work still, even with everything going on. A lot of us are still working really, really hard and living and moving in with families. We need a break. So I'm working on that. That's a huge thing I've been wanting to do for the last few years. So within the next few weeks, I'll be, launching that. So I'm excited.
Well, I'm hoping Rona goes away so I can do my retreats. I'm just
Yeah.
really
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
really, really upset. I was like, my calendar, and I forgot to delete them out of my calendar. It comes up in my
No.
calendar. You were supposed to be in Chicago this weekend at this.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, ooh, you gotta go away.
Yes.
So
So that
yeah,
means everybody has a
I'm
year to
really,
save for your
Mhm.
events and get
yes,
ready.
yes.
So
Get
yeah.
ready, cause if things are back, well, close to normal by December, y'all better be ready come January. Save some of that Christmas loot that you're getting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Save some of that Christmas loot. Let me see. We have comments. Uh, Denise Pagan says, "Hello, everyone."
Hi.
Hi.
And let's see who else. Life of a Fantastic Professional Nanny says, "Hello,
Hello.
everyone."
Hi.
Hi, Midges. And Denise Pagan says, "I'm much newer nanny, nearly 2 years in this on this journey.
Oh, awesome.
Congratulations. Welcome to the
Yes.
Nanny Village.
Mhm.
Yeah, we welcome you with open arms. Let us know what age groups you work with so that you can hook up with some people that work with the same age group that you do. Once I found um, nanny groups on Facebook, I found that being in with nannies that work with the same age group helps a lot.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Um,
Agree.
Miss Nanny, Miss Monique says, "Hello,
Hi,
ladies."
Hi.
Nanny.
And Carrie says, "Yay, I love
Oh,
subscription
yay.
boxes." So you
Yay.
got a fan, Miss Nanny Tees.
Mhm.
She loves subscription boxes. Now, Crystal, tell us about the pins.
Yeah.
Tell us, what are they going to be? Is it? I know it's collection, but tell
Right.
us about them.
Yeah, so thank you. The pins are definitely going to be a collection. I'll be dropping a pin every month or 1 month to 2 months, dropping a new pin, just depending on how the vendors are going to be working because of COVID-19, of course. There was a little delay, and that's why it took so long. And then I was working with other people, just trying to make sure that everything looked the way that I want it to look. However, the pins are ready. The first pin has launched. There is a movement behind the first pin, and that's where the hashtag 100K strong. Just because I talk so much about branding yourself as a nanny, and we have nannytees.com, but I also wanted to give people, when your t-shirt is dirty and you haven't had time to wash it, but you want to go out with your friends and still represent that you're a nanny, just slap your pin on, whether it be your shirt, your backpack, you're going out of town, put it on your suitcase. I wanted something a little bit more versatile that you can put on another piece of clothing. And so that's where I came up with the idea of Nanny Tees. I love enamel pins just because I like to rock my jean jacket that has the Nanny burger on the back of it. That's how I, got myself out there here in the Atlanta area. That jacket was everywhere. And so I'm excited to build my collection and add my pins to my own jacket.
Hey, now don't y'all be like me, because last week,
excuse me,
I found my memory stick. 64. I was like, 64 gigs. It was in my pocket in the washer.
Oh no.
And I was like, oh Lord, what? There is a God, because it still works. So my husband was like, why is this on the dryer? I said, because it's drying out. He says, what did you do? I said, I had it in my pocket and because I took it with me and I forgot to take it out of my pocket and put it back in my office, and it got washed.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot to check my pockets. The one time I was in a hurry, I always check pockets. Ever since my boys washed worms in my washing machine when they were little, yes, they washed worms. The worms were their friends, and the worms had to live in dirt. So there was dirt along with the worms. That's a whole nother story for a whole nother time. Yeah, little pink segments in my washer. But ever since then, I always check pockets because I don't want the same thing to happen. And this time I was in a hurry and I was dumping the clothes in there, and I'm like, okay, hurry up. Okay, you got to get out the door. Run. You're going to be late for work. Okay, then. And I forgot to check the pockets. And so that 64 gig stick was in my pocket. So don't y'all be like me with the pins. Take them off your jacket, take them off your shirt, take them off. Because you don't want to find one part over here, one part over there in the washing machine as it agitates. And unless you got one of those that doesn't have an agitator, it may be in one spot. But mine has an agitator that goes like this. So, yeah, don't be like me.
I'm going to put that in my tips, Angela. Make sure you detach your pin from your clothing before washing.
Yes.
Yes. Take it off. Check your clothing, whether it's on your bag, on your and be careful if you have it on your bag with your kids, because you know how kids like to pull stuff off, and if it has that little point on there, yeah.
Yep.
Just a fair warning. Now, tell us, how long did it take you to get from nannying to entrepreneur?
That's a
and
great
how
question.
many ventures did you go on before the one that says, yes, that's the one, let me go continue down this avenue?
Yes. So for me, honestly, I had been babysitting and nannying since high school. My mom got me connected with a couple of her coworkers in the summertime. But I tried Mary Kay for a minute, all those little small businesses where you're an independent contractor and trying to sell things. If it was out there, I tried it. And honestly, I think I always had an entrepreneur spirit in me. It was just trying to find my niche. And I knew that I was passionate about children. And it wasn't until I moved to Atlanta that something clicked inside of me and said that I can do this on my own and you're good to go. And just focus on the children and, building relationships with the parents. So yeah, honestly, that is a like 5-6 year span of time before I actually made that decision. And I always tell people it's not going to come to you overnight. Sometimes it's trial and error. You're going to have to try a few things before you find your niche.
I'm a living witness to that statement. What about you, Stephanie?
So I've always been an entrepreneur. I feel like since I was a little girl, I used to braid hair when I was little, and parents would pay me, and I just would try everything. And then my sister and I sang, so we had our own T-shirt line then. And when I was in between nanny jobs, that's when I started Nanny Tees. I said, I wonder if there's a shirt out there with just that says I nanny. And so I just had one phrase on two different color shirts and just put it out there. And of course, nannies loved it. And I felt that doing it would help me understand that there's more people out there like me. So many people focus on the parents, what the parents need. But I'm like, there's probably another tired nanny out there that maybe, wants to feel good about herself, or, somebody's working 50, 60, 70 hours a week that needs to relate to somebody else. So I said, well, let me just see what happens. And then from there, like when I saw that like my local nanny friends loved it, I'm like, okay, there has to be nanny somewhere else. So that's when I joined Instagram and started networking and meeting friends. And then I was like, okay, well, let's just keep it going, and grew from there.
Wow. I've been an entrepreneur since I was like 11. I started with babysitting. I think I've had 3, should I say, corporate jobs, and I won't say corporate, I'm in the business world. I've had 3 jobs since I was 11. Other than that, I'm a hustler. It's just all plain simple. I'm out there. I had a home daycare. I went to college at night. I had a home daycare. My mom's home. I did the home daycare after school. Then after I had my children, I did home daycare. Traveled with my husband, who's military. Did home daycares from place to place to place to place. Got my license and all that. And when I say home daycare, well, my first home daycare was kind of like Angela's babysitting, drop them off at her house. That was my first official home daycare. Didn't know what it was until after I got my license later on. But I was a neighborhood babysitter. Babysat my cousins. As a matter of fact, my first ever client, has a birthday today. So happy birthday, Dion. She was 9 months old.
Oh, wow.
When I started taking care of her in 1978.
Wow.
That's how long I've been doing this. 1978. So y'all do the math. But so she has a birthday today. And then when I moved to Georgia, I took care of her kids for a while until I found the twins that I work with there in Georgia, in Atlanta. But I was, and when she got old enough, she took care of my kids.
Oh.
So she was nice. Like, and it tickled me because she did the same thing I did. My baby would be asleep, and she'd go in there and tickle his feet and wake him up. I used to go in there and tickle her feet and wake her up because I wanted to play with her. It was like, it's amazing how it just kind of reciprocates. And it's like the cycle just goes on and on. But it took me a while to get to the point. I went and I did accounting for a minute, and a hot minute. 2 years, it took me long enough to say, I was used to ponytail, blue jeans, t-shirt in the park, children's museum, wherever we wanted to go, and not in a little cubicle, not making money that I thought I was going to make, because, when you're 18, you're smart. Feel smart. And you're going to make $60,000 when you graduate out of college. That didn't happen. It was more like 25. So I went on, and until I got hurt at work in 2017, I was a nanny. I did home daycare, and then I moved to DC, and I did. That's when my nanny career started within DC, and then I just did nanny, and then I became the traveling nanny. I was working for 9 families at one time, but I was always hustling, trying to find, get my work on. But I didn't venture out into Ask the Nanny or New Parent Educator or Lactation Educator until 2017. So it took me a little longer than y'all to get to this point.
That's okay.
But
Right.
and now it's like I'm on a race trying to get everything in. I'm like, okay, I don't want to wait until I get too old and I can't move and I can't do what I want to do. So let me run. And so it took. So the last 3 years, I have been. You all have seen me do this and that and this and that and that and that. Right now, I'm at the point where I want Ask the Nanny to sustain me. And my last job was 3 weeks ago. I ended my last job 3 weeks ago with a set of twins. And I just told God, I want this. I want to do speaking engagements. I want to be able to do classes and do things and be that new parent educator for real, and do virtual um, parenting counseling with parents so that they can understand their children and get better with their children. That's what I want. I want to do the nanny mentoring. So that's where I am. I am working the jam business and it's going well. And the
It's
jam
good
business
too.
was keeping me afloat right now. Like, just like you did the nanny teas, guess what? It's jam on it. This jam good.
Yes, it's
So
really good,
I
y'all. Y'all need
am
some
this
jam.
jam good and Ask the Nanny until Ask the Nanny can, pull it in. I'm doing this jam good. So I feel y'all, and you take the chance, and it's a leap of faith, and it's
Yeah.
an act of faith that you got to do to get out there. So, how many streams of income? Well, I shouldn't say streams. How many streams do you all have? How many outlets do you have that you're pulling in sources? As I know Nanny Tees, and I know you have um, an agency, and I know you're doing the singing thing, and now you're doing the boxes
Uh-huh.
and and what and you have now. So,
Wow, how many do I have? Consistently four,
okay,
because I also have an inspirational line with my sister of
okay,
shirts, and I'm working on a fifth. And I know that sounds like a lot, but this is why you need a planner and you need to set boundaries and just plan your week early and just balance it all out, And then at some point, one thing is going to be able to run on its own, and then you can focus on another thing. And that's going to be able to run, and then you can focus on another. And then don't be afraid to ask for help. If you need like a little virtual assistant for about 5-10 hours a week, people are looking for work right now. So outsource some things so you can focus on other things. So I'd say 4.5 right now.
Right.
Sources of income.
all right, all right. Well, you get them 4.5s. Hey, because I'm trying to get YouTube to work for me. I got about 30 more
Yes.
subscriptions. 30. I need about 30 more subscribers till I can get some pennies. And I'm
Yes.
Yes.
hoping them pennies
Yes,
turn into
ma'am.
dollars. I need some
Yes.
pennies coming in. But those pennies add up. I see
Yeah.
people at Walmart and in the bank with the coin star, and they pouring them pennies in there. And I was like, $100 and something. That many
Yeah,
coins up in there? Yes, them pennies be adding up. So
they
I need
do.
some adding up pennies. So Miss Crystal, how many
Yeah.
different ways are you going?
Right. So right now, I have the agency coaching, the pins, and of course, speaking engagements. Like I said in the post earlier today, I did lose my job as a social worker, but I don't know if I want to replace that. It's so funny. Like literally, my parents ask me all the time, like, "What are you gonna do? Like, are you gonna go back to work? Like, they're like, you need to go back," and I'm like, the way that God set this thing up for me during this time, y'all, my scripture that I put on my thank you cards was Romans 8:28. And it looked like I had already printed my postcards, my thank you cards before I lost my job. And then for me to for me to look back at that a month later and say all of this is working in God's purpose for my life, and it just like it's mind boggling sometimes when I wake up and I'm like, I'm okay. I'm supposed to be doing this right now. In the season that I'm in, I'm very thankful for it. I have no rush to go back and get that fifth stream of income. So I'll say 4, Angela. So I got 4 good ones right now that I'm actually getting paid on the books for.
Love it.
Good, good, good. Let me see.
Yes.
MJ Osmond says, Chief, I love Romans 8:28. Amen, amen. Now, see,
Amen.
if that was my husband, he'd say Jeremiah 29:11.
11,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And see, mine is Psalm 121, the whole
Yes.
121. Because I've been looking and I've been struggling climbing them hills. I'm like, come on,
Yes. I
Lord.
love
And that song that says, Lord, you don't move my mountain, but give me the strength to climb. I'm sure you probably know that. That spiritual, oh my gosh. And I have had this song playing on repeat, The Blessing.
Yes, by
And
Carrie
it had,
Joe.
yes.
I love
And
that song.
it's been on repeat. And every time I feel like, okay, every time I want to go back and say, I need to go on care.com and find me a job. I need to go back to my group and find me a job. I need all my families are in Dallas, and all my connections are in Dallas, and I got some here in I need, and every time either a jam order will come in, a
Yep.
speaking engagement will come in, or somebody will call me and they'll tell me, thank you so much. Can I get a one-on-one with you? I'm like, see, it is like God saying, are you listening to me?
Right. I
Do
got
you
you.
Do
hear
you
me?
trust
I
me?
got you.
Yeah.
Every time you start doubting me, I have to show my hand. No. And I'm like, well, Lord, you know me. I get anxious. I I am very patient with kids. Very patient. I don't have a problem with kids. I don't have a problem with most adults, unless you get on my last nerve. But then it's going to be a problem. But when it comes to me and a faith walk, I have to remember my very first official NCS job, not just I went in for a nanny and they just happened to have a new baby and I'm taking care of the babies because, uh, I didn't, I was unofficially the NCS and the nanny and whatever else they needed. But I quit my job in May of 2018 completely. I gave my notice on May the 1st. Didn't have a backup plan, didn't know where I was going to do, what I was going to do. I was like, Lord, okay, so I got some money saved up. Husband is working, but oh, Jesus. And I was nervous and nervous and nervous. And I wasn't in the group that I was in, that I'm in now. And so they found me on Facebook, stalked me on Facebook, grandma too. And it was so amazing because when I went for the interview, the question that they asked me and the reason that they hired me, they asked me, so how does your faith walk play into your work?
Wow.
And then I told them, I said, y'all gonna make me cry. I literally said that. I said, I'm gonna tell you something. You all are my faith walk. And I say that because you're my first interview as a newborn care specialist officially. I quit my job and it was like the babies were born on the 23rd of May. I quit and I told, and we had our meeting like the 15th, the 10th or the 15th of May. And I said, literally, I have no backup plan. I have nothing. I said, I am walking on faith right now,
Yeah.
trusting that God is going to give me a job before the money run out.
Yeah.
And I said it just like that. And they were like, both of them looked at each other and started smiling because I know God provided time and time again. And
Yeah.
I know this in my spirit, but sometimes, your head and your anxiety, and especially with this pandemic, if the pandemic wasn't here, I don't, I can't say that. Because if the pandemic wasn't here, I wouldn't be where I am at this point because I used the pandemic to my advantage. And I told some of my friends, get out there. People are on Facebook. If you are going to reinvent yourself, now is the time to do it.
Yep.
Get out there, be seen, post everywhere, 3 4 times a day. I don't care if it's the same post flipped over sideways. Post it. Let people know because people are online different times. I started cooking online. I had like 15 people that watched it was like a whole week. About 15 people watched the video. And I was like, well, maybe I just don't need to do this. And I just kept going. I kept going. And now it's like while I'm live, not after I get off, while I'm live, 300 people watch. And I'm just like, I went in March from 20 people to July and 300 people are watching. And then the ricotta meatballs, the ricotta balls, it was had like over 1,000 views. And I was like, are you serious? And
Nice.
I'm thinking to myself, I'm just cooking because, we got to eat.
And we like to eat.
But
We
that's
got
a
to eat.
provision. That's a
And I have
provision.
neighbors, I give part of the food that I cook, I give it to my neighbors. They always bringing us stuff. We just kind of exchange, we're all at home, working from home. So I just take the kids, if I make something, some sweets, I take them next door to the kids. I'm not going to try to get fat. I'm already big enough. I don't need that. So I'll take it next door. But I know that job, when I told them they were my faith walk, that's why they hired me.
Mm,
Because I had quit my job and trusting God to give me what I needed.
yeah.
And I know that a lot of people since this pandemic have found God.
Amen.
And if they haven't found him, they've been seeking him.
Yes.
And I'm here to tell you, your faith walk has a lot to do with what you're doing.
Absolutely.
And if I can reinvent myself 10, 15 times, because I've had to, my children will tell you, Mama, what you doing now? Is this something new you trying? It's
I
like,
love it.
yep. Is it gonna work? I don't know. But you're gonna try it anyway. Yep. So try something new.
Yeah.
Now, what inspired you all to create? I know there's, it seems like, okay, well, this seems natural. Let's go this way. But what was that spark that hit you that made you just like, yes, I'm going to try this. I don't care what nobody says. I'm going to try this. What's that little inkling, that little spark, that little something knocked you over the head, the dream that you had, the vision that you saw, you were driving and all kinds of sudden I heard somebody say, but suddenly across the windshield, something just flew. Okay. So what was that thing, that it factor that made you like, okay, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna do this.
I don't know if I had a spark. I just kind of made a decision. My
Mhm.
website was ugly. Like it was just terrible. And I said, I'm gonna just put this up. Like the mock up like had, that's TMI, but had a bosom. And I was like, I know she's ugly, but we're gonna go ahead and put this out here and just see what happens. And I think the spark hit when I started seeing the results and how nannies were excited. And I was like, oh, okay, I think I'm on to something here.
Mhm.
I'm on to something. And so I think seeing the other nannies happy with like finally having something, that was the spark for me. And just like getting an influx of inboxes about, the things that we go through as nannies and my boss is this. I'm like, okay, this is bigger than a shirt. It's really a ministry and it's really something to just bring light on the community and to really serve nannies. So I think I just believe the shirt is just a segue to something bigger because like I've literally like the inbox messages that I get sometimes from depressed nannies and stressed out nannies and abused nannies is just crazy. And so I'm like, if he's going to use a shirt to do that, then I'm like, I'm all for it. So to me, it was the response from the nannies that just sparked the whole thing.
Yeah. Agree. Like honestly, because I reached out to a lot of people that I was looking to send PR boxes to, and I was just asking, like, what do you all think about this? And I think a part of that asking was like fear, and that's just the honest truth. And know good and well that I'm very capable of releasing anything, but y'all, this product-based business has been inside of me for the past like year and a half. Like I was supposed to release this a long time ago. And I'm here to be a witness to people that if you're sitting on an idea, like what's preventing you from doing it? Like if you need money, start a campaign to raise the money for your business. Like I came up with a million ideas on like why I should wait. And then like people don't have money right now to spend, like all kinds of ideas.
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
and so honestly, there wasn't a spark. It was just something inside of me said, go. Literally last week, like I was supposed to send out PR boxes. Like I literally, like everything was like super nice and everything was super branded. And then something was like, stop it, Crystal. Release the products. You have them in your house. Release the products. And I just woke up and I started working on my website. And here we are, like a week later. And Shopify.com got the best of me a couple of nights because I'm definitely a Wix.com girl. But I mastered it and figured it out. And I am website's not the best, like, but it's what I can do right now. And so for anybody that's listening, start with what you have now.
Yes.
Shopify.com has 3 months free. Take advantage of it. It's 3 months that you can make money to pay for your website for the rest of the year. Like there was nothing that was preventing me from being able to start this business. Like absolutely nothing. Like I'm still amazed on how much money I had like just put away to, like, God was literally preparing me for this moment, and I have not been without a single meal as of yet. All the bills paid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So y'all check on me next month though.
You're gonna be fine. Overflow, exceeding abundance. You're gonna be good.
Okay. I'm saying the same thing. I'm like, okay. Upsell.
Right.
Okay, these can be stored and this can be done that, so you can do that. And if the same shipping price, you can order so much more. Come on. Yes. I feel you.
Yep.
And the thing about it is it takes a shoestring budget. I was on Vistaprint.
Yeah.
You hear me? I changed Vistaprint like 20 times. And I was like, okay. I'm like, they changed their thing. And I was like, oh, you changed something. Okay, let me go ahead and see what I can change. And then right before COVID hit, I said, I'm going to bite the bullet and I'm going to get me a professional thing done. I found somebody in a business group and he said, I'm going to charge you half price since the founder of the group recommended you to me. I'm going to charge you half price. I was like, okay, so what is half price? I was still like, okay, but because I was thinking, okay, he gonna charge me $2,000-$3,000 to do this thing, and I was like, and in back of my mind, because I've heard people say, oh, I got this awesome website, it cost me like $4,000, and I was like, ain't nobody got no $4,000 to be invested in no website, not me. And then when he told me I'll do it for half price, I said, oh, that's less than 1 week's salary. Yes, thank you, Jesus, hallelujah. And I was like, okay. So, and then I was supposed to have 5 pages. I'm gonna tell you how good God is. 5 pages. He started researching Ask the Nanny. I started sending him pictures and things to post, and right about that time, my article for the Nanny magazine was coming out, and he's like, wait a minute. I'm supposed to be doing this for you. You inspire me to move and do something. So he just launched another side of his business because of me. And I was just like, he said, you have taught me. He said, I didn't realize nannies do all this. I didn't realize it was that much to this business. I didn't realize. And I was just like, Yeah. And if y'all are looking, just and I'm gonna put a shameless plug out there. C.H. Henry, his is C.H. Local Media. Look him up.
Mhm.
If you can't find him, go to my web page and you'll find him written all over all at the bottom. He did the web design. Awesome. More than what I expected. I was supposed to have 5 pages. That's all I asked for. I got 12.
Oh, that's awesome.
He built me. He said I went ahead and built you a blog and added a little blog post to, and I was like, yes, because I said, well, maybe later on I'll just want to blog. I got pictures. I got events pages. I got blogs. I got resource pages. I mean, I was just like, okay, workshops, past Ask the Nannies, all of this, and I'm just like, is this all the same price? He said, yeah. I said, are
Oh,
you
that's a
sure? He's like,
blessing.
yep. He said, you have inspired me. I said, okay. So for Father's Day, I was like, okay, since he charged me half price, I got my husband his new website done. And I said, okay, so how much you gonna charge me for this one? And he said, for you, half price.
Hey,
He said,
Wow.
I talked to your husband.
hey,
I told him half. I said, oh, thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah. Come on. And so I had to secretly send stuff to him. And he got it together. And I went to my logo guy, Eric from Blue Creative, another shameless plug because he's done like 5 logos for me and a couple of more for my friends. He created logos, and it was like I told him what my concept was, and he comes back, and I'm like, how did you know? It was like perfect because I didn't know what I wanted. I just know the concept, but the colors, the everything for the nanny hookup. I told him, I said, it's a TV, it's a talk show. I said, we want colors, we want bright colors. Do you know he came back? Shada's promo for her YouTube page has, like, you know how in the old days when the TV used to go beep and all these color lines come up?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's
Mm-hmm.
on Shada's page. I didn't
mhm.
tell him any of that. When he came back with the logo, he had the TV with the color lines. I was like, now look at God. I said, no, this could not have been anything orchestrated by anybody but God because there's no way in the world he knew. I didn't even tell him. I didn't tell him her name, where she was from, YouTube page, none of that. This was what the first thing he brought to me. And I just looked. I sent it to Shada and she's like, are you serious? Did you I didn't tell him anything. I said, this is what he came up with. All we did was add a tagline, and that was it. When I tell you, I had another logo made for somebody else. She gave me the concept. I gave it to him. Came back, showed it to her. She started crying.
Aw,
So when I tell you, if God is in it, it will come back perfect. And
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
that's why I brought y'all on here because I know y'all understand. Y'all get it.
yeah.
You get it because I know when you pray about something and that little inkling hits you,
Mhm.
you can do it. And when you talked about procrastinating, queen over here,
Yeah.
queen over here.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of
Yeah.
things that I should have been doing. And when I finally said this year, last Monday, okay, things that for Ask Nanny are changing. I'm still doing free Monday nights, but if you want my time in my inbox and me sending you 50 messages, and it's taking me 3 hours to send you all 50 of these messages because we're going back and forth, and then the message is this long instead of
Mhm.
this short. I said, no. I said,
You gotta
that's
book an
taking away
appointment.
time that I could be doing this for some. And like Stephanie said, outsourcing. I need to outsource that part so I can get some stuff done. But I
Mm.
want it to be personable and I want to help. But at the same time, am I hindering? Or am
Mm.
I helping? Am I hindering myself by helping?
Well,
Am
you
Mm.
can
I
help
am
with
I
boundaries.
keeping food out of
Yeah.
my mouth by putting food into yours? I'm giving you everything you need to do to go and get that job and get that and do this and do that and do that. And I'm working this job to pay for this for Ask the Nanny. Why can't
God.
I just work Ask the Nanny and let Ask the Nanny pay for it?
Yeah.
Because I went 50 some odd years. I'll be 54 this year, this in 2 weeks.
Awesome.
It took me this long to say, okay, my son, when I told him, he's like, it's about time, mama. I was like, I just have a giver's heart, and it's
Mhm.
hard for me to receive. And my son said, but you want to eat, don't
Amen.
you? And if
Yeah,
they
you
don't
gotta
ask
eat.
you, they're gonna ask somebody else. They go on to somebody else. He said, the people that are your audience, they will be there for you.
Yeah.
Just like
Yeah.
when you get ready to go find a job, you find your target audience. Yeah, your audience is there. They will find you.
Absolutely.
So you all can do it on a shoestring budget. I'm here to tell you, you can.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I
Agree.
and I can tell you that these ladies right here, whew, it's been an hour already. These ladies right here, they have worked hard. They have accomplished a lot. It wasn't overnight. Your
Mm.
dreams are not going to be, oh, let me try this today. And you make $1 million the same day. No, that's not
I
going to work. You
wish
got to,
One
I-
day.
right. That's all I need.
you got to put in the work. If you don't put in the work, it won't come out. And
Right.
it takes time to um, work your plan
Mhm.
and work at it every day. Post something every day. I'm telling you. When I'm sorry, I'm trying to change this banner. There we go. I want to make sure we get equal time so y'all can get some business, y'all.
Oh.
So
Thank you.
and I know that there's a lot going on, but I'm telling you, now is the time when everybody is in front of this computer. Everybody's at home working from home. The kids are working from home. Everybody's collaborating. Use your connections. I'm telling you, I'm giving away my class now. But
Little sneak
Don't give them
peek.
too much.
look,
Right.
and see, Crystal, I'm telling y'all something.
Mhm.
Crystal is a business coach.
Yeah.
She was set you straight. I should have been. Now I'm really
Listen,
sure because I should have been over there in Crystal's class. Like, okay, Crystal, you up.
ask
I
them
could have
about
been
the
in the murder
homework.
already.
But this is the thing, though, Angela. I'm giving people the blueprint on to not do the mistakes that I did. I'm not like a super expert, but I'm giving you the blueprint on this is what you should do to avoid the mistakes that I did and experienced. I took the long way. You can take the shortcut, but you're gonna have to pay me for it though.
How
So
about it?
Hello.
Yeah.
There was a story I was listening to. Uh, Someone told me there was this woman who was trying to get this guy to tell her, um, well, how did you do this and how did you do that and where did you go and who did you talk to and what? And he said, well, I just trusted God, and and he just kept it low key. And then she goes and blasts him all over, social media about, oh, you got up there and you can't help nobody out now. You can't. So he responded with, it took me time. It took me money. It took sweat and blood and tears, and I made it. You want the shortcut.
yeah.
Not once did you say, I'll pay you for your time. I'll pay you for you to tell me how you got there. so I won't fall into the same traps and the same gaps and bury myself and have to dig my way out of the hole and all that. Not once did you say that. But you want to condemn me because I won't give you, as you said, the blueprint to how I made it and got here. You don't know how long it took me to get here.
Yeah.
What you see is the finished product. Don't judge me by the page that you walked in on.
Amen.
Right.
So if
That's
you has
good.
come in and said, um, I'll pay you for your time to help me get to where I need to go. I'll pay you for your time to help me to not make those mistakes. Send me down the right road instead of me out here wandering in the wilderness for 15, 20 years. But you never asked. You never said that. So you just want me to give all of my stuff away and you're just going to bash me. That's not how it works.
Nope.
So if you want all of this, all of that, what they have, what they have built, what they are going through, you're going to have to pay
Mhm.
because we paid,
Mhm.
hired assistants, uh, went down the wrong road, changed my website from here to there because Wix did not work for me. I could not figure it out. I promise
I
you,
love
Oh,
I
I
it.
love
tried.
Wix. I'm a
I am
Wix girl too.
burnt out. Okay. I tried to fix my resume in Canva back in 2017. I could not
Mm,
figure it out to save my life. Canva has changed a whole lot. I figured
yeah.
out Canva last week. And I was like, oh, I like this. Hold up. And do you know Canva still had that one piece of resume that I tried to fix 3 years ago? It was still in my account. I was like, oh Lord. I didn't
Boy.
realize because I didn't pay for the paid part. I just tried the free part and I could not get it to work. I was like, I have no clue what you're doing. I have no clue. Just like Wix, I couldn't get the pay. Every time I would post a picture and then I scroll it, it would go. Everything would go haywire, and I was just like, really, seriously. But I want you to know, if you work at it, things will change, and Wix has probably changed from the last 3 years when I tried it.
Yeah.
So it's probably better now. And those of you who are computer technology illiterate, I promise you, a lot of these things, if you just click on something, okay, and that little arrow that goes undo, you undo it, you trial and error, and I promise you, you get some stuff that works for you. I promise you. And a lot of these programs are free. You
Mhm.
can start out for free and test it because I have like 5 different I have Canva and Ripple and Magisto and something 2 other things. I can't remember them now. But that I do my advertising through. That I use to make ads and posts. But it started out like $10 a month because I couldn't afford anybody else to come in and do it for, $200-300 a month. No, I can't afford that. But all 5 of those little things cost me less than $100 a month. And all it costs me is my time.
Yeah.
And when I do my time, I'm in front of the computer and I'm there. I'm like, okay, that's for Monday, that's for Tuesday, that's for Wednesday, that's for next Monday because I need to get it down on Wednesday so I can advertise. I'm in front of my computer all day and I'm producing things all day long. And you have to be ready to do that. You have to be ready to work for what you
Yeah.
want. It's not going to
Yeah.
come easy, especially on a
Absolutely.
shoestring budget. And my budget
Mm.
said I can afford $100 a month on ads and whatever. And there are plenty of groups that will allow you to share. Now you can't go crazy and
They
you
will kick
can't
you
be
out.
will kick yes right
Happy.
they will kick you out. You can't go crazy, but what you can do, hey moderator, if it's closer to 2 or 3 days out, can I post this here?
Yeah.
Can I have your permission to post this? And you can't
Mhm.
go in there and do it, every 2 or 3 days.
Post and leave.
Yes.
It really
Leave.
is an art to it, though, Angela. Honestly, because I reach out to the larger ones, but the smaller ones, they're starting to clink on the groups as well. So
Mhm.
that's a great tip to check with the admins because I got a message today, and so you forget. Like I don't post enough, to remember all 44 plus groups that
Oh,
that I
I'm in
in.
100 and something because people keep inviting
Yeah.
me. So I don't know.
I lose count too.
Yes.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up.
It
So if any
is.
admins are watching, like, yes, don't charge it to our hearts. We didn't mean no harm.
Right.
Thank
We
you.
really didn't.
But I was like, oh, and I've been, how they have this list and you're going down. I have
Mhm,
fat fingers and I do everything from my phone.
mhm.
So when I am tapping, I tap and it says share the group, share. Oh my God, I said that in the wrong. Oh my gosh, it's in the wrong thing. I shared in the wrong thing. Oh, and I'm like, please don't come after me. Please don't come after me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And then I go in there, I'm okay, let me delete this right quick. And I was like, okay, yeah. So you have to know there's some that will allow you to share as many times as you want to, as long as you don't go crazy. But you have to be selective. And
Mhm,
if you're sharing your business stuff, share your personal stuff too, because
mhm,
people believe you're more believable when you have a personal life.
Yeah.
mhm.
You have a story to tell when everything is not always roses in your life, because most Facebook profiles is like, oh, I'm this, look where I am now. uh-uh. Ain't nothing that good right about now. Nothing. I understand you want to have everybody to feel like they are having a good time with you, but have a real life.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now, I'm positive, and if something bad happens, I'll wait until the positive happens, and then I share the bad along with the positive. But I don't have a perfect life.
Yeah.
I was
I don't
missing
either.
I had memories come up today of my family reunion. We were supposed to be having a family reunion last week. And it didn't happen. We have one every 2 years.
Oh,
And
wow.
the memories from 2018, my brother was singing. I'm like, it's just me and my brother left. So when I saw him singing, tears came to my eyes. Man, I'm missing my family.
Yeah.
Because he's in Arkansas, I'm in Texas. The minute, COVID was like we were planning, and then they shut back down. I was like, okay, stay where you are.
Yeah.
Stay where you are. Don't come here because Texas ain't the place to be right now. So it's just amazing how you can be one thing, but ladies know and gentlemen know you are not just a nanny.
Right.
There's so much
Right.
creativity within you, and now is the time for you to bring that creativity out of you.
Yes.
If you ever thought about starting another business, now is the time to do that
Yeah.
Mhm.
because everybody is watching.
Yep.
And you know what happened? Last Monday, well, when was it? The Monday that I had Kimberly and Chaz here, and we were talking about the parents and how they were parent gurus. And somebody from India was,
I love it.
I didn't know that. And they invited me to be on their show. I got up at old dark 30 yesterday, and
Oh,
and and I had so much fun talking to the parents because I'm thinking in my brain, oh, it's a cultural difference. Oh, don't say this, don't say that. But when I got on camera, all that went out my head and I just started
mhm.
talking.
Yeah.
And when I tell you the parents related to what I was saying, and all kids, I don't care who they are, all kids developmentally are pretty much the same. They their emotions during this time is pretty much the same. And when I was able to help them, man, I was on, like I said, I was on a high and I crashed hard last night. But it brought me so much joy and
Yeah.
so much. I'm like, yes, this is what I'm talking about, God. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. This is what my heart yearns for. So if you got something on your heart that you're yearning for,
Yeah.
get it out there now. People are watching. People will see you. And just one look from the right person at the right time,
Mm-hmm.
that's all
Yeah.
it takes. And trust me, that was God. Because I don't know them. They don't know me. They was calling me Nanny. I didn't care.
Yes.
I love it.
So if you got something, put it out there.
Yep.
Take advantage of the pandemic. I
Yes.
know is a horrible disease of this going around, but if you take advantage and see the positive in it, you can grow.
Yeah.
I have grown so much since March, since I came home and been here in quarantine. Uh, as my friend Stephanie said, got my quarantine face on and my COVID hair. I was like, crack it up.
Yes, Lord, help me. Help me, Lord.
So yeah, and that's why I cut mine all off. I was like, okay, got my quarantine hair and my COVID face. Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am. But you all inspire me. And you all don't know this, but I'm going to share it while she's online. Chevelle introduced me to Stephanie through her t-shirts in 2017 at International Nanny Training Day.
Mhm.
That was how I found all the rest of the world online.
Oh,
And when I
wow.
say the rest of the world, I mean the nanny communities because I had no clue. I
Wow.
got hurt at work and was reinventing myself. And this is what the reinvention got me. Hello.
Yep.
The dreams. Make a dream board. I mean, when I
Yeah.
tell you, this one right here, I met her at Panera Bread.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, I get to be another nanny. Oh, I was so excited. I was so nervous because
Yeah.
Chevelle, she's Miss Businesswoman, and she was just telling me,
Oh.
well, you need to do this, you need to do that. And you know how she carries herself, and she's like, and I'm just like, okay, okay, okay. She said, oh, I need to get you into Nubian nannies because Stephanie's doing this and Stephanie's doing that. I was like, okay, all right. And I'm all excited and I'm overwhelmed at the same time because I'm looking at a whole room of nannies that I didn't even know existed well around me. And I'm just like, I met up with Stephanie. She said, oh, you got a story. You need to go on Facebook Live. I said, oh,
That same face. Yes.
I
Yes.
was like, uh, um, did you hear my voice? I'm country. Um, I'm loud. Um, I
Excuse
stutter.
me.
I got a Moses complex. She said, God used Moses. And I'm like, she would have to go there. She said,
Yeah.
you got stories to tell. And then she said, you could talk about this one week, you could talk about that. I said, what you mean one week? What you mean? I was like, this is a one-time shot. So I went on and did a whole month of gift cards
Yeah.
uh, for it was National Nanny Recognition Week, the whole month of September. That was supposed to be it. The last week during National, I said, okay, well, I'm gonna grab Chevelle since she was the first one. This is actually National Nanny Recognition Week, so I'm gonna have on somebody every night, and then I'm gonna end with a big bang. That was my point. And then I called myself stopping, and somebody said, "Where are you? We missed you." I was like, "No, that's over. That was oh, no, I'm done. I had enough." And here it is, almost 3 years later.
Mhm.
This young lady right here, this Nanny Cheese, told me get on Facebook Live. If I hadn't got on Facebook Live, I would not be where I am. When God puts somebody in your life,
Yes.
and they push you and they tell you and they see things in you that you don't see in yourself. You don't have confidence enough to have, you know, or should I say, I didn't have sense enough to have enough confidence in myself because I was so busy saying, um, no, 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 and of course I got on there, and then people liked me. It was three. I remember three people. It was like one, and then it went up to two. I was like, yes, and then it went up to three people. So three people were watching me, and I got so excited. And then it went down to zero. I was like, oh man, this ain't for me. I told her this wasn't for me. The next day, I had three people, and I think it might have been the same three people, but it gradually grew to by the end of September, I had actually 20 people, and I was so happy. I was like, okay, I'm gonna end on a bang. 20 people watch me. Yay! I'm telling you, when somebody sees something in you and they tell you, listen, even if you don't believe it, listen,
Mm-hmm.
pray about it, sleep on it, do yoga, whatever you got to do. But listen, there may be some truth in it. And what have you got to lose if you try it?
Yep.
I remember helping someone a few weeks ago to get started. She said, I want a one on one with you. I said, okay. She went and did her one on one, and the Lord is supposed to be reinvesting her. The money she just gave to you, reinvesting her. I'm like, but you know I ain't got a job, don't you? You already know I ain't got a job, and you want me to take the money that she gave me to reinvest back in her? Are you? And I'm like, Lord, I, I almost said, "Are you crazy?" And I was like, "Oh, that might not be a good thing to say to God." So I reinvested it, and she is thriving in just 3 weeks. I mean, it's like just like that, and I was like, okay, so that's what got me to thinking if she started, and then I'm not saying that everybody's going to get it just like that, but she was ready to go. She was holding on to something, just like Crystal was, just holding on to it. But when you hold on to it and you don't share it, you don't know whose blessings you're blocking,
Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
including your own,
That's right.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
including your own.
Yep.
Your theme and message is reaching me, and I've been sitting on my golden goose eggs for a long time. It's time
In
to get
there.
out of rocking this car.
I love it.
Been
Yes, it is within you. It is within you. And I encourage you to take my workshop next weekend, next Saturday. Reinvent Yourself workshop. You can purchase tickets on AskTheNanny.com. I mean, Facebook at Ask the Nanny. The events page. It's an Eventbrite ticket. You can purchase them. Go purchase them now. The first day I put it out there, three people bought a ticket, and I was like, y'all don't even know what it is. But you know what? God.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying. God. So
Yeah.
Yep.
your t-shirts gonna overflow. Your pens gonna
Amen.
overflow.
I
Words
receive
have
that.
power. And I'm
Yes.
Yes.
telling you,
Yes.
what you put your hands to, when you put it in God's hand, it's gonna overflow.
Yep.
Because I'm believing it not only for you, but for me too. Because when I tell you, since I opened up in June, reopened this jam good, I have sold more jam in 6 weeks than I sold all last year.
Wow. Wow.
My
Praise.
husband looked at me like, when you gonna go to bed? When you gonna stop cooking? I said, when they stop ordering. And I'm
Yep.
hoping that's so but God has sent me some people, and I don't even know where they came from. And all of a sudden everybody was just, it was like a contest. And when I say God will bless you, because t-shirts, like today, I saw your t-shirt, Latasha had it on. I was like, I got that t-shirt.
Yes.
And then people just started chiming in.
Mm-hmm.
So when one person, and it was just like God said, okay, you don't need to advertise. I'm going to advertise for you.
Right.
People, the
Right.
people that were ordering, it was like one was trying to
Yeah.
outdo the other, outdo the other, outdo the other. They started posting pictures, and I was like, I didn't ask y'all to do this, but show thank you. And orders just started flying out the door. So I'm telling you, what was done for me. That's why I share your stuff all the time. This is happening, that's happening, because I believe in promoting and helping my sisters,
Absolutely.
because it will come back to me. Whatever you put out will come back.
Yeah.
You reap what you sow. And ladies, do not be afraid to help your sister out while you trying to get yourself together. And even if y'all in the same pool and y'all doing the same thing, there are plenty of parents, there are
Yeah.
plenty of babies, there are plenty of customers for whatever product you have. People buy from you because of your story. People buy from you because of the connection they have for you. Now they probably need the product. They most of the time they probably don't. They
Right.
just buy because, oh, that's my girl. Oh, I gotta support her. And they'll buy it and give it to somebody else. But it's money in your pocket.
Yeah.
They supported you. Do not be afraid to support one another.
Mhm.
Do you hear me? Hear
That's
me
right.
clearly. Let me say it again for the people in the back. Do not be afraid to support your sisters,
Yeah. That's right.
because they will come back and support you. If you're stingy and you're mean and you want to keep it all to yourself, I'm not helping her. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. No, 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 no. Because guess what? That's the quickest way for your business to die.
Mm-hmm.
The quickest way, because you don't know who she knows.
That's right.
You don't know what connections she has. You may have a product that this big company has been looking for a long time, and you the person that she know, and because of her relationship with them, you get your foot in the door. And sometimes all it takes is a foot in the door.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
When you get your foot in the door and they go, oh, let me send some more business, and you all of a sudden you got more business and you got to hire some help.
That's right. Claiming
Okay.
it.
I'm gonna step down off my soapbox now. I'm gonna stop preaching, because I mean it's like y'all got a fire going on in me. Y'all just don't know.
Yes.
Y'all got a fire going on.
Y'all
But
started.
see, it's getting ready to be a forest fire around here. And I'm telling you all, if you are not taking advantage of it, you need to, you need to, you need to.
Yep.
Like Miss Monique says, so much growth during quarantine. Yes.
Oh,
I had
yes.
people will look at you. I got people coming to read my stories on YouTube. I'm like, they said, okay, well, all you need is so many viewers, so many different more subscribers, and you can monetize because you have all the viewership. I said, ain't nobody watching my page. And I go and I'm like 30,000. So I said, who watching books that I did that had 3 or 4 different views 2 or 3 years ago? Because I love early literacy. I am an early literacy advocate of reading, reading, reading. Read to your child. I mean, vocabulary, all this stuff. You all in the age, y'all know what I'm talking about. But quarantine,
Yeah.
we have to read this book. Comments. We have to read this book for school. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, let me go find some more books. But all those books I got from the library. Why didn't I create a library for myself? My grandchildren got a whole host of books that I gave them. And I should have kept some of them for myself. Because now I have like this many books and I've read them all. And I'm like, so yeah. Now's the
Yeah.
time to take advantage. Uh, y'all killing me with these comments.
Yes.
Y'all are killing me with these comments. Um, I'm ready. I gotta stop being scared. Yes,
Yes.
feel the fear
Yes.
and do it anyway.
Do it anyway. There's people
Yes.
waiting
Do
on
it,
you.
fine.
I'm waiting
Feel
on you.
Right?
what you
That's
say.
it.
What you say? I missed that, Crystal.
I told Sherry I'm waiting on her.
Yeah.
Yes, she got a lot of stuff up in her. I'm just,
She
Yes.
said,
I can
yeah,
call a whole lot of y'all out, but I
yeah.
won't.
Don't do it tonight.
But I tell you what, the workshop Saturday, July 25th, be there. Sign up on Facebook, Ask the Nanny page, events page, buy your ticket. Now, I'm out of here. Thank you. Because I know y'all sitting there like, when is she going to stop preaching?
Good stuff. Good stuff.
Yes. What's on the inside comes out.
That's right.
Yes, but I'm like my dad. I got kind of long winded, but okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll bring it back in. Thank you all. Ladies and gentlemen, please, I'm going to show these one last time. Go to clearly.
Nanny.com to get your pins. Angela, let me plug two people real quick. Just because Miss Nanny Monique helped me out with my promo video, and so that goes back to nannies helping nannies and how you said our sisters go to your sisters and brothers in the industry first to see if they can do some work for you. So just wanted to shout that out. And if anybody's looking for like any marketing for your events, nanny announcement. So both of those ladies were able to help me get this launch going on a shoestring budget. So I just wanted to plug that so people can use that to their advantage while these ladies are not charging a lot.
Yes, because once Ashley and Miss Monique gets, y'all better. Now, you can go to Nanny Tees.
nannytees.com to order your nanny apparel and all the goodies, and stay tuned for the self-care box. And another shameless plug, this Saturday we're having another Nanny While Black. I have not shared everybody that's going to be on. Well, I can share Angela's going to be on there, but this Saturday we're sharing the stuff this week. Thank you guys for watching that. And Crystal was on there on our first one, and it was phenomenal. So y'all make sure to
Yes,
check
it
and stay tuned for that.
was.
So yeah.
Yay! Now, next week we are going to have Miss Monique, Nanny Miss Monique is going to be here next week. She's going to be talking about diversity in children's books and explaining the books. And she's having a book giveaway. She's giving away a book. I'm giving away 3. And we're going to have a children's author. Hello. Yes, she's a new author. She has 3 books out. Her name is Carmen Lene. So y'all check her out. Her books are on sale on Amazon.com. She has a book called I'll Fly When I'm Ready. And she has a book called it's a little princess book. I can't think of the name of it. But advertising will be out on Wednesday. So I'm going to show you all the books that Miss Nanny Miss Monique is going to be talking about on Wednesday, and I'm going to show you a picture of Carmen Lene's books. She's going to be on here. I just thought it would be perfect to have someone who's analyzing the books and a children's author on the same show. Yes, and they're all talking about diversity and Miss Lene's book talks about bullying and doing things when you're having best friends. It's a sweet little book. I love it. Anyway, so you all be here. Miss Stephanie, Can you put your information in the comments, please?
I will. Yes.
So um everybody can let me get the rest of these messages up here. Um while I'm waiting on you to do that. There's Miss Ashley. She must have heard me talking about her. Miss Ashley from Nanny Announcers. This little lady that's on the screen. Y'all better contact her.
Ashley, send me your stuff.
See?
Monique, Ashley, everybody, whoever.
Yes. Miss Monique right here.
Miss Monique.
Nanny Miss Monique.
This is
Yes.
Nanny, Stephanie. Hit her
Yes.
up.
Hey, girl.
That's right. Get her information. And your B&M calls are invaluable. Seen both so far.
Oh, Nanny and Wild Black,
Oh,
maybe.
I think that's what that means. I'm not sure.
Black Nanny
She's seen
Matters
both.
calls.
Oh, Black
Oh,
Lives
yeah. Oh,
Matter.
thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Catherine.
Look, I didn't came up with something else.
And Angie, she said, "Thank you so much. This was great." You're welcome. Thank you for tuning in. I've had more people tuning in from YouTube. See, like I said, if y'all are consistent, you tell your children, you tell the parents, be consistent, be consistent. I've been streaming on YouTube for like 3 or 4 weeks. Tonight, I've had the most people from. I've had the most people from YouTube tuning in tonight, and once they get used to seeing me on Monday nights, guess what? It takes time, but if you are consistent and you stick with it, it works. You cannot give up. Like I started to.
Well,
I'm so
I
glad you
know
did.
Stephen would go in and kick me in my behind. Girl, who told you you could quit?
yeah.
Right.
But you
So
got
proud.
you have the key though, Angela, and I always said this. This is the key to success is consistency. And you have done that since day one. No matter how many people show up to your show, you get on every week. And so I always told you I appreciate that for you to just set the tone with any business. Consistency is the key. And because of your hard work, this is why you're here right now. Yeah.
Don't make me cry like y'all got Sherry over there crying. Sherry said, y'all got me crying over here. Okay, so that was the last call, the last round. We will see you all next Monday, same time, same place, with Miss Nanny Monique. Am I saying it right? Nanny Miss Monique. See, she got one thing on Instagram. I guess I'm combining her Instagram and her Facebook page name together anyway. Miss Monique. I know I got that right. She'll be here next week. And Sherry says she just got her pen.
Thank you so much.
100K strong.
Love it.
Yes. And if you haven't gotten your pen or you haven't gotten your t-shirts, let's go.
Yep.
Let's go. And if you haven't gotten your jam, hello, PM me.
It's good, y'all.
This
It's
jam good. Let me put that in the comments before
We might have to
I
put some
leave
in the
here.
box, Angela.
Now this is on Facebook. This jam good. Y'all see that? Hold on. Wait. This jam good. Y'all get it?
Got it.
Good. All righty. Now, I will see you all next week. Thank you all for showing up. Thank you all for showing out. Thank you, ladies, for sharing your experiences and your hard work that you have done to get to where you are now and continued success. And I will continue to promote you and continue to lift you up. And hopefully since we mentioned it tonight, these ladies, they will come on board. We're going to support one another. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. Y'all have a great night, and
Yeah.
I will see you. Okay, so y'all going to have to stop going back and forth. I'm trying to close this out. Y'all keep saying thank you, thank you, thank you.
They're
All right.
excited.
I'm going to close this out. Good night, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you, Angela.
You're welcome.